Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 should you pull video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about the banner that will be running right after the maintenance ends, and that banner will be featuring Tenebria as well as her artifact. Now Tenebria is the poster girl of Epic 7, very waifu. She has 3 versions of herself, right? You have Fire Tenebria here, which will be running. There's Spectre Tenebria, which a lot of you guys might have. We also have Fairy Tale Tenebria in a limited version of her. So yeah, Tenebria, she's not really used in PvP, guys, outright. You're not going to really use her that much. She does have some usage as like a control mage in PvP, but you won't really see her anymore because control is kind of dead. In PvE, you will most likely only see her used in Earth Expedition and maybe Golem. You can use her in other areas of content like Hell Raid or Abyss if you guys need an AoE damage dealer that can defense break. But for the most part, guys, she's mostly only going to be used for Earth Expedition once you progress further into the game. If you guys don't know exactly what she does, let's talk about her skills and her exclusive equipments and see how those will upgrade her skills as well. So we have her S3 here. It is an AoE attack that has a defense break and also has a sleep. Also, it will increase the attack of the caster as well. So you're going to see that the attack buff actually activates after you land your S3. So it's actually going to not really get applied to this S3. Honestly, they should make it so that the attack buff applies before the S3 lands, similar to Rem's S3, but you know, Smilegate is Smilegate. You know, they probably won't do that. But you can also soul burn this for extra damage. This actually does a pretty decent chunk of damage, and it's very, very nice in PvP if you like controlling, because like I said, you can defense break them and you can also sleep them. And if you land both of them, those units are probably going to die on the next turn cycle to whatever damage dealer you have brought along with her. Very good in Earth Expedition because you have an AoE defense break here, so it will work against the boss and the ad. And also in Hell Raid, you can use it to decrease defense of the ads as well that spawn in a lot of bosses, such as the spiders, such as the Julie the Council, such as Secretary Vera, and even Hell Queen. Now keep in mind, you don't want to bring her against bosses that have too many restrictions on debuffs, because you're going to see she actually has a lot of debuffs in her kit. Speaking of debuffs, we have our S2, which has another debuff on it and a CR pushback. It is going to be an AoE attack that will push back CR and also decrease speed. Yeah, very nice in Earth Expo because you're basically lapping the boss over and over. And in other areas of content for PvE, it can be nice, but just be careful that you don't stack too many debuffs if you bring her against, say, like Hell Queen or something like that. Because she has so many debuff, guys, you're not going to really use her in Azumnak because it's super easy to trigger it because you have so many debuffs. And you're going to see her S1 has even more because you can land that sleep. This won't really apply to bosses though, but it is another debuff. You're going to see it as a single target attack, and when you put an enemy to sleep with this, you're actually going to CR push yourself, so it's very, very nice. Very good control unit in that way. It's a 70% chance to land that sleep. So you're going to see she really relies on sleeping her opponents and then also, you know, pushing back CR and speed and just being really annoying. The thing is, there's a lot of cleansers in today's meta. She literally gets hard countered by one of the most picked units in the game, being Emilia. Same with Maid Chloe is very good against her, Mediator Cowrick, just anything that can cleanse, because she's really reliant on getting her debuffs on because she's very, very squishy. Usually mages have really high base defense. Actually, she does have pretty high base defense, but her HP is not that great, so she's really susceptible to getting one shot. And when you build her on a control build, you're going to have to put a lot of points into effectiveness and stats into effectiveness, so you're going to be a lot more squishier than other units because you really need those sleeps to land. So that's why she's not really used in PvP, guys. But in PvE for Earth Expedition, she's very good, and for Golem as well. She's also, you know, a very good imprint fodder. A lot of late game players are going to be pulling for her because Spectre Tenebria is so good right now, and you can just use her to imprint Spectre Tenebria to make her better. Personally, for myself, I might be doing that, but as a unit as a whole, Tenebria isn't really that great. I don't really recommend pulling for her because we do have a lot of summer banners coming up. We do have more banners coming in the future, and I really do suspect Seaside Bologna to drop within probably at the end of July or early August. I think they'll release her for sure. I think it's really weird if Smilegate decides to not release her because she's such a staple in the meta for PvE, for early game players, and everyone wants her, and yeah, it's just a bad business move if they don't release her, honestly. So I really suspect that Seaside Bologna will come. So make sure you guys save your bookmarks for that unit. Tenebria is an easy skip no matter where you're at the game. I think if you really want imprints for Spectre Tenebria, then yeah, pull for her. That's probably what I'm going to do. And besides that, you know, there's not really a reason to actually use her. Now, I would showcase her for you guys in this video in Earth Expo, but it's actually not running. So, you know, unfortunately I can't, but she is very, very good on Earth Expedition. And let me just show you what I actually build her on in case you guys want to pull her. So yes, this is my Tenebria, guys. This is what I run her on. I run her on a speed and effectiveness build. Now you only need 80% effectiveness for expos, so I'm a lot overcapped. But you're gonna see that I don't have too much damage on her. Honestly, the gear I have her on is, not the best. It's pretty decent actually, but there's a lot of subs that can gem out. Like this chest piece is really awful. There's no crit chance or crit damage here. It's basically just for the speed. This necklace is okay. This ring is pretty decent actually, very good actually. And these shoes are nice as well. So I do have her on some like okay gear, but for the most part, she's not on, anything too special. And for exclusive equipment, guys, you're going to want the one that decreases the skill cooldown of her S3. Everything else is not that great, to be honest, because you're only using her in Earth Expedition, and you're going to want her S3 to have lower cooldown. Now, that being said, you only need to Mulagora her S3 to +3, and then everything else you can just leave at +0 because she's not the main damage dealer of your Earth Expedition team. Actually, she's just a defense breaker, kind of like a sub DPS, not the main DPS. Usually you'll pair her with like a bomb model Kana or like a ball in Sazan, whose banner is actually running next week, I think, and they will do the majority of the damage for you. That being said, for artifact, guys, just run her on Edeka's Scepter. It's a very, very good artifact on her because you just basically want her to cycle her S3 as fast as possible to land that defense break ASAP, and also her S2 as well because it decreases CR and speed of the boss, so it'll make it so your team laps faster, so you guys reach that enrage a little bit slower. So you're going to see her S2 doesn't have any skill cooldown, so you don't really want to pull with this at all. I guess the CR is okay, but for the most part, just +3 her S3, and you are good to go. And for stats, yeah, 80% effectiveness, everything else in the speed and damage as you wish. You don't really need too much bulk on her because she does have pretty high base defense. So that being said, let's talk about her artifact and if it's worth pulling for. So this is Tenebria's artifact, guys, Crimson Moon of Nightmares, and you're going to see that it just increases your dual attack chance by 14%, and when it is not your turn, you'll actually increase effectiveness of 40%. Now I believe how this works, guys, is when another user on your team attacks, the dual attack chance for the unit that's holding this artifact is increased, and that's why you're also going to get increased effectiveness when it is not your turn. So yeah, this artifact, guys, very bad. It's so RNG. It's relying on dual attacks, which aren't even that good, and honestly, like, the effectiveness is not even that great, right? Maybe you can use this on another control unit, but for the most part, right, you're way better off using a different artifact on Tenebria for PvE, that being Edeka's Scepter, Daydream Joker, like anything, and even Kaladra. And for PvP, guys, this is way too RNG heavy. You're just relying on random dual attacks. I would recommend just putting her on like a Tagahel's Ancient Book for support and souls, or even like another artifact, like even like Abyssal Crown would be a lot better, right? I think Abyssal Crown is probably her best artifact for PvP because you have that chance to land that stun and CC. So yeah, this artifact, guys, definitely not worth the 240 powder at all. Even if this was at the standard 180 powder cost, if it was in the rotation, I would definitely not buy this. This is definitely a bad artifact. It definitely needs a rework. It's a huge scam. I'm not really a fan of RNG artifacts in this game, especially like these, which, it's just dual attacks. So I'm not a huge fan of this, so I think this is an easy skip as well. So yeah, that being said, guys, skip both of them. If you are a late game player and you guys already have Seaside Bologna and all the summer units, and you're looking for imprints for your Spectre Tenebria because you use it a lot, then definitely pull for Tenebria for her imprints, because Spectre Tenebria's imprints are very good. It's attack %, so you definitely want that. Otherwise, guys, definitely skip. Even if you're new to the game and you have a Spectre Tenebria, guys, it's not worth wasting your bookmarks for imprints. It's definitely only for mid and late game players that already have a lot of the units in the game and have a lot of bookmarks saved up already. So if you're not in that boat, then make sure you skip on the banner and also skip on the powder shop. Don't get tempted to buy this even though the artwork's really nice, because we have a lot of good banners coming in the future. I promise Seaside Bologna will come, guys. I think it'll be really stupid or really dumb if Smilegate didn't release her, at least in like August. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and we should be good to go. That being said, guys, thanks for watching. And if you guys want to see more of these Shinju Pool videos, guys, make sure you hit that like button and comment down below, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.